at the podium. Steph Curry talking to the media following his ejection in Game 6's loss.
The last two fouls I had, I thought were, I didn't think I fouled either Kyrie or LeBron. That's just kind of my perception of the plays, and I had a reaction to it. You know, it's obviously frustrating fouling out in the fourth quarter of a clinching game and not being out there with my teammates. So it got the best of me, but you know, I'll be all right for next game.
Kerr said he was actually happy that you showed that emotion. I mean, do you think you're funneling this energy in? Do you want to be angry going in Game 7? Do you want your teammates to be angry? Do you want Kerr to be angry?
No, I mean, we have to show some fire for Game 7. It's a great opportunity for us at home in front of our fans to, again, try to win a championship. So we're gonna need some emotion and some grit and toughness for that game. I had some stuff I wanted to get off my chest tonight after the way the game went, and that was it.
Diamond over here.
Diamond Leon, Barry News Group. Steph, what were you feeling as you walked off the court? It looked like you kind of maybe had a smile on your face at the ridiculousness of the whole thing, but I was just curious, what was it like making that walk all the way back here, and what did you do in the locker room afterward?
Thankfully, I didn't have much time. I just sat in my chair. I'd never been ejected before, so it was a weird feeling, but it was just frustration, and also kind of, like you said, I thought it was kind of hilarious the way the last two fouls and me blowing up kind of unfolded, and some of the things that were said out there. So it's just kind of, it is a long walk because you want to, you don't want to foul out, don't want to get ejected, you want to be out there with your teammates. But I immediately kind of started thinking about Game 7 and just, the opportunity. We got one game to win it all, and you got to take advantage of it.
Tim, standing on the left.
Tim Reynolds of the Associated Press. Steph, when you guys go 73-9, obviously there isn't a whole lot of adversity in a season like that. I mean, it wasn't easy. You guys made it look easy, but it obviously wasn't. The adversity you guys are going through now, though, the frustration you've talked about, can that fuel you almost, going into Sunday, or is it best pushed to the side and try to get ready for Game 7 with a clearer head?
No, that's why we're in the finals. We were in adversity last series down 3-1 and had to rattle off 3 straight wins. So things haven't gone our way, despite how the regular season went. The playoffs hasn't been easy, hasn't been a breeze, hasn't been anything perfect about it. So yeah, it's frustrating, but the work we've put in and the opportunity we've given ourselves, with a Game 7 to win the finals at home, you got to be excited about that regardless of how these 2 games went. Obviously, we got to figure it out and make the necessary adjustments to slow them down a bit and get our offense going so that we can, take advantage of our home court. But nothing about our playoff run has been perfect, and that's kind of the consistent theme right now. We got another opportunity on Sunday.
David, back left.
Steph, the last 2 games, LeBron's really controlled the game, both scoring and passing, and getting out in transition and creating opportunities for himself and other people. What has he been doing the last 2 games, and how do you get in front of him and try to keep him under control?
He's playing great. He's doing things that are game-changing and helping his team win. So he's been more aggressive, I think, shooting the ball. And we've had some breakdowns, but, he's played well. There's no 2 ways around it. So tip your hat to him and come out Sunday with an aggression to hopefully clog some driving lanes early, not let him get a rhythm. Try to make him as uncomfortable as you can, force him in as many tough shots as you can, live with the results. You just play with toughness for 48 minutes while we're out there, and we can do it. We've shown we can do it, and excited for that opportunity.
Ron over here on the right.
Ron Krejcik from the San Francisco Chronicle over here. 2 quick questions. What did LeBron say to you after he blocked his shot? You seemed like you were kind of smirking on the way back to the bench. And secondly, how do you explain what happened in the first quarter?
They fed off their team's their crowd's energy, and it wasn't all that bad. Like the first 6 minutes, we didn't score for like the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game, but it was like 6-0. So that's nothing for us. But at that point, they hit some open threes. We turned the ball over. They got in transition, and obviously foul trouble changed our rotation. So they pretty much won the game again in the first quarter, like they did in Game 3. We made plenty of runs and clawed our way back to within 8, I think twice. Gave ourselves a chance, but on the road, we've learned that lesson before, and we learned it again tonight. When you get down that much in the first quarter, it takes so much, and so many things have to go right to get back into the game. So just didn't go our way.
What about LeBron, the block, when he obviously was woofing at you?
What did he say?
Well, even if it's not specific, just the general gist of his message.
Nothing.
Mark on the left.
Steph, Mark Schwartz, ESPN. Just to follow up, it seems like LeBron has taken a particular delight to blocking your shot tonight, blocking your layup after the buzzer, after the whistle the other night. He seems to be really kind of targeting you in some ways. Have you felt a little bit of his juices sort of directed exactly at you in this series?
He's made 2 good plays on the fast break and obviously tonight on that block. Made great defensive plays. However he wants to celebrate or whatever he wants to do to kind of take in that moment, it is what it is. I stay aggressive. Don't let that try to get in my head. Obviously, he's pretty athletic, so he's capable of doing that. Gotta make adjustments.
How would you explain the dynamic between you? You're 2 of the players that are considered in the debate of the best player on the planet. What's been the dynamic as that has unfolded here in this series?
I mean, he's had 2 great games to keep his team alive, and that's what he's supposed to do. And I'm out there, trying to do the same for my team. We don't go one-on-one at each other a lot, but it's a pretty competitive feeling out there, with the situation of playing in the finals and playing for something special. So at the end of the day, 7 games to figure out who's going to be holding that trophy on Sunday. You got to love that kind of environment and that battle. So haven't enjoyed it much the last two games, but 48 minutes left.
Last 3 here in the front.
Step down here on the right. Ray Jaski, ESPN 990. What has changed that any team would beat you guys 3 games out of 4, and mostly convincingly? I don't think anyone would have seen that the entire season, including the playoffs. What are you guys not doing so well? What is Cleveland doing so well? What has changed, and what needs to change for you come Sunday?
The last 2 games, obviously, not having Draymond was different for us. Not an excuse for us losing, but different because of the rotations and whatnot. And we kind of stalled down the stretch of that game offensively. And we haven't gotten enough stops in the last 2 games, consecutively to build momentum at any point in the game. So that's the biggest thing, I think. The first quarter tonight didn't give ourselves a chance in that first 12 minutes, and game 5 at home, we just our defense didn't show up. So both of those kind of factors, how we start and how we defend, will determine Game 7.
You and Clay, if I could follow that up, you and Clay were kind of struggling.